Hello
Hey!
and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. It's a big day today, so we thought we would add to the suspense by making you think that we weren't going live.
No.
But we are. We are here, and let me just tell you, I'm excited about today, but I know someone who else is even more excited is Craig Bagel. This is like your second Christmas day today, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this I've been waiting on this for quite a wee while. Now, when I found out I got to do the launch, I was absolutely giddy as a kipper. And then I found out I got to do it with you, which was like even more excited. Our layout collection, Ben, it's eventually here at Crafters TV. We get asked time and time again, how do I make cards
How do I make
like
cards?
you? How do I make cards that look like yours? This is going to be the thing that's going to enable you to be doing that. Not only that, we're going to go over everything just shortly. However, this is about the layout of your cards, your project, your scrapbook pages, the front of your box. You've got recipe cards, 30 recipe cards. And again, we're going to step you all the way through. Step by step, it shows you how to compose a card. But then what you can then start to do, Ben, is you can then start to just twist one of the layers to make it look a little bit different. You can then maybe just add an extra layer to then take it from maybe the recipe card says 6 by 6. Just add your own measurement. You can do it 8 by 8. Use that layout, use that sketch. Every single recipe card has a picture of a finished example, but the key component is the sketch. And it's a black outline sketch illustration of you to follow when it comes to, of course, the layout of your cards, your memory book page, your scrapbook page, the front of a box. But as I say, mixing and matching. Now, what you've got is, the value for what you've got is exceptional, but it's not actually about the value of everything that you're getting. It is about the recipe cards. It's about the concept. It's about that purpose. And it's about taking your Sarah signature. It's about taking your nature garden. It's about taking your Crafter's Companion products. It's about taking our friends at Hunky Dory's collection, using our sketch to compose your cards. Use your own sketches when it comes, or follow the sketches to create your own cards when it comes to the stamp backgrounds. The key things, the 30 recipe cards. You've got everything. Now, when it comes to the dies that we're going to go over, a lot of them you may have in some forum at home. But what you would then have to do is go and look for the heart, go and look for the oval, go and look for the butterfly embossing folder, go look for the gems, go look for this, go look for that. It's all there for you to then complete all of these sketches 1 time, 2 times, 50 times, 100 times. There's hundreds of different ways that you can compose each individual recipe cards. It's bonkers, and I just can't believe we eventually got it.
And it's so exciting, isn't it? Particularly, I think, if you're new to card making, maybe you're somebody, like you said, that's not that confident about like composing and compiling a card. Everything you need is contained within the box. And I think if you like the kind of layout of things like our template library, where you get those recipe cards and you have everything that you need right there, you're going to love like how you're able to compose and create cards with this collection, aren't you?
Of course you can, yeah, because you can then follow along. The card maybe says 5 by 5 or 4 by 4 or 6 by 6, something like that. Well, you've maybe got one of the template libraries that you're going to be able to use that sketch on the template library project. Maybe our card blanks that we do as well. So you're able to follow the recipe cards, the sketch. On the back, we'll show you through. You've got 6 pictures to follow and 6 written as well. Follow along, but then maybe just tweak the measurements. As I said, it's about using step by step, using that sketch, but taking it in so many different avenues. But you've got everything. Everything within here, you've got, you look after, they're going to last you a lifetime, minus the cardstock. But what I'm going to say, maybe I shouldn't say this, it's not actually about the card and the pattern paper that you get within the collection. It's about taking it further to your floral elegance tomorrow.
Oh yeah, big launch tomorrow.
Following the sketch when it comes to the floral elegance. It's about having what you're getting within this collection, what you've already got at home, and then creating such beautiful cards, but different concept layouts.
It's so exciting. It's already very busy. I can tell you, did we say 20%? 20% of our showstopper has already gone. We'll give you all the deals in just a few moments' time, and Craig is going to step you through everything because there's lots to look at. Whilst I know you're going to be doing lots of demos through the day, there is so much that we want to show you as far as the layout collection is concerned as well. What's this as well that we've got on the top of here with the little code?
So there is a card.
Yeah.
So on the back of that card, if you scan that QR code, you're going to go across to a 2-hour tutorial that I done. Now, at the time,
you never did.
At the time I did do it live, but you're going to be able to go back, you can pause me and rewind me, and you can see all the different ways, the different layouts as well. But I would also say as well, afterwards or in between shows, on Thursday night, I done a Facebook Live, a 2-hour Facebook Live, where I just went through it, all of it in detail. So by the end of today, you're going to have, of course, all of these shows that we're doing. You've had Becky and Debbie yesterday with the Crafters TV First Look. You also had myself on Thursday evening time here in the UK with the 2-hour First Look. I was that excited, I've been that buzzing about it. I just wanted to do and show as much possible ways and how you can use it with the build-up of today. And I'm so glad that you guys are going for it.
We'll say a few of those in just a few moments' time, but you need to get your spots. We've got them in stock because they're absolutely flying. January sale is also continuing over on the website. 75% off selected items over on the website. So have a look, have a good look through there. There are, well, there were 500 items actually when we first started. There's probably less than that now with the amount of people who have been shopping that over the course of the last few days, but get in there. More important than that today though, make sure you jump in and you grab your layout collection. Lots of people I know already have. Me and Johnny and Craig were exchanging messages probably about 3 hours ago going, have you seen how many people have been on the website? Have you seen how many people have been shopping? And we've not even shown you it live on Crafters TV yet. You need to be super quick to grab in on this, because I know a lot of people obviously have heard about this. A lot of people tuned in and watched Craig's live, and I think that's why so many people have already shopped for this. But if you're new to it, if you haven't yet seen it, if this is the first time you're about to look through it with us, when you see the concept, when you see what you're getting for your value for money, guarantee you'll be in to grab this. Just very quickly, because Craig's going to go through everything for you. The Showstopper collection is the layout collection, obviously, which you'll see in its entirety in just a few moments' time. But then on top of that, if you go for the Showstopper, you're going to get these goodies thrown in as well. So it's £15 or $20 extra for £33 or $46 worth of goodies. You're basically getting your tape pen and your 12x12 for free. That's how I kind of work it out. And you're going to get your Fabulous Future linen cardstock in there as well. It's $75.99 or $95.99 for the Showstopper. If you just want to go for the layout collection on its own, here it is, $63.99 platinum, $79.99 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. And I'll mention it again, as I've been doing since the start of the year, if you're brand new, A, you're going to love this collection, and B, make sure you sign up to Club Inspire, because you'll get 20% off your first order. So you're at $63.99 and $79.99. Just bear in mind, the Showstopper is a lot more limited, all right, but over 20% of that has gone. We've got a lot of stock of the layout collection on its own, and already over 10% of that has gone. It's been a huge launch already. We are 9 minutes into the day. Few quick hellos, and then we'll get over to Craig. We've got Radical Rachel on the socials. Betty's joined us from Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. The wind chill is -9, and it won't get above freezing for several more days, says Betty. It's like -9 in the studios today. Luckily, we're here to warm things up. Christine's in, saying the layout collection already ordered, and I cannot wait to get it. Looking forward to the inspiration. Gaz is with us, saying good morning to Ben, Craig, and the amazing CTV crew and all my crafty friends. Haley's with us. Morning, Ben, Craig, and everyone. I've got my order in early doors, so sat back with a coffee, ready to go. This collection is amazing. Geraldine's in, saying good morning, Ben, Craig, and everyone. Got my order placed. Hope you're all well, from a chilly Argyle and Boot. Lillian's with us, saying hello, Ben and Craig. There's a lot of stuff on that counter. Oh yeah, he's going to need about probably 45 minutes to go through it all now. Yeah, hopefully you sat down, you got a coffee ready.
I hope you're ready for a chilled and relaxed day, Ben.
I mean, mate, I'm all over it. I'm literally just going to be here going, here's what you're getting, here's the price, this percentage has gone, Craig. That's all I'm doing all day. Carol Ann's already got hers ordered. All Things Wonderful got hers ordered. Debbie Hodgson got her Showstopper ordered. Carol Dunn got hers ordered. Everybody's ordering this. We're so busy, but let's have a look through it with Craig. Let's see what you're getting, your bang for your buck.
Right, let's do it, because you are getting loads. Now, what I'm going to show you first and foremost, before I go through everything very quickly, and I'll go over it in more detail, is the actual recipe card. So I'll show you the very first one, just so if anyone, they're not familiar with any of the content over the last couple of days,
yeah,
the whole kind of concept, the layout collection, is about having the ability to lay out the front of your cards or your box or your memory book, scrapbook page. This is number one. This is recipe card number one here, Ben. Now, they're all going to go in the dividers that we're going to show you just shortly. But there's a finished example. It's called Hugs and Kisses. It's number one. Now, there is your sketch. So you can follow along that sketch to then create the card. So if I show you this one here, you've got, that's how it's going to look when it's finished. Now, all throughout today, what we're going to do, Ben, is we're going to be showing you how you can mix and matching and bringing in all your other collections as well.
Of course, yeah.
And you've got the step-by-step, the 6 of them here. So pictures, written, and it steps you through what you're going to do to create that card exactly like that. Or, of course, if you're using your own collections, you can do that. But with this here, this is what I mean, Ben. The cardstock, the embossing folder, the stamps, all of that there, the dies, are all contained inside. So you don't have to go looking for something that looks like it. It's there for you. So everything that you're going to be getting, you're going to get your embellishment dies as well. So these are going to create the nice embellishments onto your cards and your projects. Then you're going to be getting your matte and layer dies too. Now you're going to be getting your square and also your scallop square here. Just to show you, these sorts of squares are what's going to cut your mattes and layers for you to then come along and emboss afterwards.
Yeah.
Size-wise, these are going to work together as well, so great to have these within your stash at home. Not only are you getting the squares, you're also going to be getting the circles as well. So these are all going to add to that depth and that dimension to the layout of your cards or your projects. You're going to be getting these tag dies as well. You're then going to be getting your banner dies that you've got here. So the sentiment stamps that you get are going to fit inside as well, or maybe your own sentiment stamps. So there and there, you've got your tag as well. So you've got your 4 of them. In total, Ben, you're getting 48 dies. 48 dies. So you've got your, your kind of unique shaped tag dies that you've got there. Then you've got your oval. So you've got a mix of your straight edge oval and then you've got a scallop as well. So those are your dies, and then we're giving you some of your edger dies as well. So that's going to create the edge of your cards or your project. So there's your 48 dies alone. Then we're giving you your sheets. Now this is your 4x6 sheet. 20 stamps. That is giving you things such as sweet friend, you are loved, hello, thanks, happy birthday, just a note. This is all about, again, the position and the layout of that sentiment. It's there for you, whereas you'll come along and use those dies if you want to add them on. Then you've got the focal point of what can be your card or your projects. Look at all of these. But Ben, these could be stamps from your Daisy collection. These could be your stamps from, your fuchsia collection if you want to. You can do that, mix and match. It's about going further and beyond with this layout collection. But to use and follow along with what's in the collection, you've got all these stamps as well. This is how they're going to look if you go to stamp them out and colour them. You've got there. So there's all your stamps once again. The 8x8 stamps here, 19 stamps that you're getting. Then when it comes to your folder, so all of these folders, these colours are for the layout, just for the layout collection here. So you have got your 5x5 2D floral rose embossing folder. That's in there. Then you're also going to be getting your 4x6. So this one is a 3D embossing folder. So throughout the layout collection, the focal point as well, Ben, when it comes to what you're going to make and what you're going to create, you can do things. Instead of just using your 4x6 cardstock, use one of the ovals, cut it inside one of your cardstocks, and then if I bring this in, that we'll have a look at later on, Ben, there is using, this is one of the layouts, but in a different colour configuration, using the dies with the folders to making it look a little bit different. Then we're going to be giving you a 5x7 butterfly one. So that's one that we're going to use to start with when it comes to, of course, the butterflies on the recipe card number one. So you've got that one, which is 2D. We're giving you, I adore, I love pastels. You're getting all of these blings. You're getting 100 of the blings here. That's in there. You've then got all 3 colours. We're then going to be giving you colour that coordinates from your satin ribbon. Beautiful. 9 reels in total, 3 different widths as well, and then 3 different colours. That's in there. Then we're going to be giving you all this linen cardstock. So you're going to be getting your 8x8 linen cardstock, 250 GSM, 6 colours, 4 of each, 24 sheets in total. Then we're also going to be giving you pattern paper as well. Now, when it comes to the pattern paper, this is all single-sided here. It's a mat as well. So single-sided, 150 GSM, 12 designs, 2 of each, 24 sheets as well. That is everything that you are getting. But
Wow.
I cannot stress enough that it is all about this. It's all about the recipe cards. That's what you're getting as well. You're getting the storage, we'll show you too, but this is your recipe cards, Ben. So as these go into the divider here, 1, 2, 3, as you go on. So as I said, picture as a way to kind of maybe get you started.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to follow along and recreate exactly what's on the front here. You've got the steps on the back, but the concept of the layout collection here, Ben, it's that sketch design. So you can follow that sketch design. That sketch is what is laid out within that card. That's 6 by 6, but then that could be 6 by 6 envelope front. That could be a 6 by 6 box front if you want it to be. Just increase your mats and layers a little bit more. That could be an 8 by 8 card. But with every single one, we're showing you how to use the folders, use the dies, how you can then create that layout, that configuration. But then what you can start to do, this one here, mix it up. So that one, put your stamped die cut image on the right-hand side and put that on the left-hand side. It's about giving you that confidence. It's about starting you off when it comes to the layout collection. If you're a new crafter, brilliant. But sometimes, just like all of us here on the team, we kind of, we lose our crafty mojo sometime. This is the perfect thing for just to give us that little kick again. When we need that crafty mojo, just that kick into the crafty butt, and then we can then get going again. Follow the recipe cards. Crafty butt.
A kick into the crafty butt.
The crafty butt.
Nice.
Yes, crafty butt. That's 30 that you are getting. All of these have got your 6 step-by-steps, pictures on the back. Not only that, you're then going to be getting the binder to put it all into. It's a lever arch bend, so we're just going to unlock it, move, lift, and then we can then put in these in. What you have got is 2 A4 magnetic sheets for your dies, and then you've also got your 2 sheets as well for your stamps. So you're going to be able to keep everything, the stamps, the dies, the recipe cards, including the index, all contained inside here. Now, for the shows today, I've got all mine laid out in front of me because it's so much easier. But when it comes to the recipe cards, it's all in the box, it's all in that divider. So as you get it home, you can then just start straight away, follow the measurements, follow the layouts, tweak it if you want to, but then start to bring in all your old farmyard collection that we've done from a long time ago, the peacock collection. You're just going to give all these other collections a real good boost. You're going to bring them out, and then you're starting to just create time and time again by using the recipe cards.
This is a future MVP, this, isn't it? This is a future MVP. You look at things like the template library, the way that that's changed a lot of people's kind of crafty lives. You look at things like the Academy of Colour, the way that that's changed so many people's colouring journey. This layout collection is just, I think, invaluable for any crafter, particularly, again, if you are fairly new, if you are one of those people perhaps that struggles with your confidence when it comes to creating. You've got everything here. Like Craig says, it's like the start of a really exciting journey where, we can hold your hand. You've got everything that you need contained within the collection itself. You can make so many different projects, so many different cards with everything which is contained within the one collection. And then you're going to gain that confidence. Then you're going to get your crafty mojo. Then you're going to get that crafty kick in the butt. to help you become the card maker and the crafter that you want to be. This is absolutely flying. And listen, you know what? If you're already in that position where you go, well, actually, I'm fairly confident with my card maker, I'm fairly confident with my layout. You've got to jump in and grab this anyway, just for the value for money that you're getting for everything within the collection. It's absolutely huge, isn't it? 30 recipe cards, 48 dies, 20 stamps, embossing folders, your paper, your cardstock, your gems, your ribbon, the folder. It's all there for you. Look at the saving that you're making today. Look at that unbelievable price as well. You can understand why people were in early. I know Craig's terrific live back in the last week, obviously, kind of pricked up a lot of people's ears, but people have been in this morning. As I said, we were chatting on our little WhatsApp group early this morning, 3 hours before we even came in, people were shopping for this. It was flying off the shelves. We're over 20% now of the showstopper gone. If you just want the layout collection on its own, though, $63.99. Majority of people are going for this. $79.99 if you're in the US and you're a Platinum member. You've got to be quick. This is going to be, I think, a real game changer. Tracy Scott swooped in and bought early doors this morning. Wasn't going to miss out. Lois says, I had to have this. You won't be disappointed. I love it. If you've lost your mojo, it is a great item. Renetta says, good morning, Craig and Ben. Just got mine. I can just sit now and enjoy. Sarah McKinney, hey, Craig and Ben. I've just ordered the showstopper. I can't wait. Remember, details here for the layout collection on its own. If you do want to go for that showstopper, you can. As we said, we've only got a small amount of the showstopper available for you, or a smaller amount, should I say, but over 20% of the stock of that has already gone. Here come the details. £75.99 or £95.99. On top of everything Craig's just shown you there, you are going to get yourself your Wild at Heart 12x12 paper pad. You're also going to receive the Fabulous Futures linen cardstock, and you're going to get one of our tape pens, one of the original tape pens, 22 metres, 72 feet. Basically, you would pay £33 or $46 for this. It's £15 or $20 if you're a Platinum member. It basically works out that you're getting the tape pen and the 12x12 for free. It's wherever you are, however you want to do it. Go for the showstopper, go for the layout collection on its own, but whatever you do, make sure you grab this collection. It's flying out of the door. We're going to have a look through this. Plenty of chance to look through it on this show. Indeed, the official launch of this comes this afternoon at 3, and no doubt we will be tinkering with it later on Monday Makers 2. If you've got any questions, get them in. Anything that you want to know, anything you see Craig do you're not quite sure about, ask, and we'll get all of those questions answered. Let's make it a nice interactive day today. But listen, let's get into it. Craig is ready. He's raring to go. I mean, where do we even start with a collection like this?
Right. Let's start at number one. Start at number one here. I did say to you the other day when I done that live, I know you kept saying, Craig, how much is it going to be? And I said, I can't tell you until Monday. However, what I can tell you is it's going to be exceptional. That showstopper, guys, at a platinum price of $75.99 or $95.99, exactly is that. And that is exceptional. So whichever one you go for, it's exceptional value for money, that's for sure. But again, I'm going to say it, not for me necessarily about the value of everything that you're getting.
No.
It's what the recipe cards will bring to you when you're at home. So number one here. Now for the purpose of the shows today, it's easier for me to have all mine laid out. You are going to have all yours inside your binder that you can see here. But I've got all mine laid out, and this is number one that we've got here. So we're going to then open up or turn over to number one onto the opposite side. So it tells me here, cut a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 piece of pattern paper, as well as my printed paper that we've got here. So I've got my 6 by 6 here. I've already cut my layers here. So that's my mats and layers, and that is me started. And that's me by following step number one when it comes to our recipe card. What it then says, cut 3 strips of coloured cardstock, 6" by 0.5. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's bring in the cardstock. Now I'm following the colour that's in the recipe card because that is about that confidence again. That's getting you started, it's easing you in to, you know, that thinking process of the layout, but you might want to tweak it, which is what we're going to continue to do all throughout the day. So we'll be mixing and matching between, you know, comprehensive demos to kind of quick demos just to show you.
Yeah.
Now, as it said here, 1/2 inch strips. Now, Ben, very, very hard for you to do it 1/2 inch strips. So here's a very quick tip here. The cardstock is at 8 inches, just where my finger is here, 8 inches. So what to do, bring it down 1/2 inch, cut, and then there's your strip.
Oh,
so
cool.
Instead of trying to eyeball it where you've got no measurement just underneath that blade, come the other direction.
Do the other way around, yeah.
So that's now at 7.5 inches, so let's come down 7 inch there, and then come down another 1/2 inch, and then there's our 3 strips. Now, of course, when it comes to the cardstock, the length of that cardstock, we need to come along, following that recipe card, we're just going to come in down to 5 3/4, and then that's my 3 strips here. So I can move that out the way for now. And then if I follow the recipe card that we can see just at the side of me here, tells me where to position them. So we're just going to position them across. We are going to neaten this up when it comes to our tape runner. I'm just wanting to show you the basis at the moment of following the steps. Then it says die cut and emboss 3 2 3/4 squares with white cardstock. Now this, I've got my white multi-purpose here. 2 3/4, you could use the guillotine if you want to. It's quite a simplistic shape, but that's what your dies are for. So you've got your die. So if you want to use the dies that are in them, you can do that. That's there. And we need to do 3 of them. So you would then line that up, tape that up. You would do that 3 times, which is then going to give us these 3 here. As I said, throughout the day, we will be doing cutting and stamping and colouring, but I just want to show you the idea and the concept of all of these. So now that I've got my 3 panels, it tells me as well, using the butterfly embossing folder, what we're then going to do is we're going to then emboss them, and then we're going to do a bit of inking. So the embossing folders, they're all included as well. So I'm going to go in with the butterfly. But this says the butterfly, Ben. I could, if I wanted to, I could use the floral if I want, or use any of my other embossing folders. I'm still just following the recipe card layout, but I've got that option.
I think more as your confidence gains, you'll probably then start switching on things in, won't you? But maybe if you're new, you'll go, you know, to the letter.
100%, yeah, it's exactly what I would do as well. Even when I got mine a few weeks ago, Ben, and I started to play with this, I still done them in the same way that that the recipe cards would say. Because, of course, I just want to get familiar with it. So 2D embossing folder, 2 cutting plates. So what I'm going to do, I always like to add in my metal shim. So I'm going to run that one through. Good thing, great thing with these as well, is these are going to go through, all of these are going to go through your Gemini MIDI, and we will be using the MIDI throughout the day as well.
We've got that on the show as well, haven't we?
We do,
so
indeed.
Marvellous.
So thinking of all of the machines that you've got. So now what we've got here is we've got 2, and then I've got 1 that I've done before. Now, all that I've done is followed a recipe card. So let's do a very quick bit of inking. So I'm going to go to the fuchsia here.
Are you?
I am indeed.
In a minute, once you've done that bit of cardstock, will you be sort of reusing it, going back to it?
I will be when it comes to the actual rose stamp, yeah. So we're going all the way round, inking up. And I'm just going to ink all the way around. But as I said, when it comes to, you know, the pattern paper or the embossing folder, okay, we're using fuchsia within the recipe cards, Ben. You can use whatever colour you want. So there's nothing stopping you. It's about tweaking it where you want. It's about doing it exactly what's in the cards. Or, I say tweaking it where you want. You can completely change it, but still use the concept, the recipe layout, as a way to follow.
That's it.
So let's then go round this one here.
Shaz has got hers, early birthday present from hubby. Emma's got hers, Emma Thrower. Alexandra Girling's got hers from Birmingham. Says I ordered it as soon as I got back from the school run with grandkids. Lucine Smith says good morning to my favourite fellas from Kissimmee. I've ordered the layout collection. We'll watch the rest of the show later. I'm going back to bed. Craig, this is absolutely flying out the door. It's monstering out. You must be delighted.
I am, because, as I said, you know, I did watch Sarah when she had it on HSM. And I thought, oh, I would love that launch if we bring it here. And I thought I'd probably not get it.
Did you have to kind of, you know, twist a few arms, or was it just...
No. No. I don't know if you want to call it luck or timing or whatever it was. When I seen my schedule at the back end of last year for today and I seen that I had the launch, I was like, oh, I'm jammy. I am so jammy, that's for sure. And I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. You know, you guys know, I know Debbie Romson's got a launch coming up soon, which would work well with this. But, you know, she done her live last night in her own time. I do it in my own time as well. That's because I absolutely love it. I love the idea. I love that concept. I love that thought that you can come along and then you can then add your own kind of creativeness to it. I mean, instead of pattern paper, you know how I love to create backgrounds with my stamps?
Oh yeah, why not?
That could be a stamp background as well. And I think that's what it was on Thursday night when I'd done the live. I think the penny started to drop with a lot of people, the different ways and how you can use them. But as I've started to layer that one up there, so we've done our layout and we've done our embossing, and you can see step number 3, where we've gone with that one there. So let's quickly add this one on here.
I think that, like you said, that the genius about this is that, you know, if you are a bit worried, you know, you sort of lost your crafty mojo, but you can go step by step by step, do it to the letter, but then as you get a little bit more confident, get a little bit more creative, you can then, like you said, start switching in different embossing folders, switching in your different papers, creating your own backgrounds. It's a real sort of hand holder, isn't it? To like you say, get your confidence and show you that you can do it, and it's very, very achievable.
Definitely. For instance, these 3 blocks here, that could be stamped backgrounds if you wanted it to be, or that could be pattern paper. I can't stress enough, this is the key component about the whole of the layout collection for you to then have that layout when it comes to your card or your project. But then what we're going to do is we're just going to come along here. So if I bring in, if we go in with our circle dies, so once again, we're going to go in. We need our rose stamp as well. So you know it's all there. There's my rose stamp. So we're going to take the rose stamp out. Let's take our stamping platforms. So let's then add our stamp into place here. Now what I would do is I've got one already coloured. So I'm not going to colour this one. I'm just wanting to show you again the concept, and all throughout today what I'm going to be doing is some will be full step-by-step demos, some are going to be, you know, elements that I've already cut, but we're going to have a play and show you how you can change the look and the layout. So I've gone in now, step 4, I've stamped it out, would then colour, and then this is when we're going to come in with all of our other dies. So we're then going to go in with our die cut circle. Same with the scallop circle, we're going to go onto a piece of the yellow cardstock. So you're going to run that one through, same plate configuration, and that's going to layer onto there, Ben, and that's how it's going to look.
Cute.
I've just gone round the edge, I've gone back to the fuchsia, round the edge there, and then what we can do is if we then bring that into position here, we can see how it's starting to come together into position there. Let's bring in a piece of green cardstock because we need to do that little foliage leaf. We can just see it there and no more. Guess what? It's there for you as well. You're not having to look for all your foliage dies. If you do want to come along and use your own collections, your own dies, you can absolutely do that. So we're going to cut that one there. Then what we're also going to do is let's bring in a piece of white multi-purpose, and then what we need to do as well, we need to stamp our sentiment. So we're now on to step number 6. So there's hugs and kisses. So let's take hugs and kisses. I'm going to then also come along with my Noir Black alcohol proof. So we're going to line and lay this up. And with a lot of these are going to be great, this layout collection, as a scrap buster. Because you'll see how many of you, like me, white multi-purpose cardstock, Nina cardstock, have you got bits left over that size that you're going to be able to use? But we've stamped it out. Then what we need to do is take our banner die. So we're going to take our banner die. So let's go in with our second one. You might want to do the first, you might want to do the third, that's up to you. But let's take that in here, and then I'm going to tape that one down. Let's move that out the way. These two we are going to cut. So let's bring in our plates here. So I've got all my plates lined up, ready to go. So I'm just going to use my junior ones for now. And I'm going to do base plate here. And remembering what Robinson tells you. Robinson. Simplistic dies don't always need your metal shim. And you're going to find, because all of these are simplistic dies, if you're going into your cardstock, most of them, if not all of them, won't need your magnetic shim. Still cuts like a dream. So therefore, if you are using your G2, what will happen, Ben, is that's still going to prolong your plates even longer without that excess pressure. Then all we need to do is we're going to go back to the fuchsia for the second time. We're going to ink around the edges here. Let's add it into there. Let's bring this in, and then following the recipe card, let's add our tape on here. That can go into position there. That one we're going to add on into here. And I'm not going to press too hard just yet because I'm going to add just a tiny bit of tape at the base there. I'm going to tuck that under, press that in, and there's our layout. But that...
So simple.
Very, very quickly, Ben.
Yeah.
Following that layout, 6x6, daisy collection, and then what about the 4 squares with your daisy embossing folder, and then you'll do your sentiment, of course, and there's our corner dies, but instead of a stamp, what about a die-cut daisy instead? See where we're going with this? You can then start to bring all of your other collections in, all your stamps in, all your dies in as well. And you're going to be sick fed up of me hearing me saying this all throughout the day. It's about that sketch. The sketch is the key element from this whole collection for you to then create the layout of your cards.
And then I guess once you've got the sketch, it allows you then to be able to resize should you want to be able to do that, doesn't it? Like you said, because I'm just thinking through here, and you've obviously got 6x6 and 4x6 sizes, but then if you want to go bigger and perhaps do like a scrapbook page, because you've got the sketch, it makes it easier to do, right? Yeah,
and just very briefly, we're going to be doing that all throughout today here, Ben. So what you could do is you could follow that sketch onto an 8x8 card.
Yeah.
So if we look at what I've done here, really the only difference would be my initial layer at the start.
Yeah.
So instead of that being 6x6, I would cut that to like 8x8.
Yeah.
That's really the only difference. Yes, I would maybe want to elongate that strips. You could keep all of them the exact same size. If you want to make them bigger on the die cuts, you can do, but that is it. Going for an 8x8, that's really the only part that I would change. And then, of course, you're flowing with your cards, your projects, batch making, selling, all these different things. You're going to be able to bang out lots of incredible professional cards, and it's a winner.
I mean, as you saw, guys, it's like he read your mind. Just wondering if Craig's going to show us the recipe with another collection. You saw it just then, you know, just very, very quickly. You're going to see loads of Craig over the course of the day today. You'll be sick and tired of him by the end of the day. No, you won't.
You will.
No, you won't. We've got loads more coming up in this show. I can't believe we're already 40 minutes in, but another hour and 20 minutes here on Wake Up Call. You've got the official launch of this. Don't forget, it doesn't even officially launch until 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's 10 o'clock Eastern of the actual showstopper itself. We are already over a fifth of the stock, did we say? Over a fifth of the stock has gone there. Oh, and a fifth of it on its own.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is what I didn't quite compute. So a fifth of the showstopper and a fifth on its own. So I'm just telling you, that means that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you have been shopping for the layout collection on its own. I also know that we've got many people here within the building who want to get their hands on this as well. Our Julia is at home apparently cleaning the craft room and she wants one. Julia, get yours. Amy's got hers. She says, I've got mine. I feel like Craig missed your Back to the Future joke. He ignored it, didn't he? But then he's like thrown it in about 3 or 4 times since. So he's made up for it. Terry says, another use for those small Advent embossing folders. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Never
That's
even
a great
thought of
shout.
that. Who said that?
Terry Anderson.
Terry, absolutely.
Shout.
Terry Anderson. What a call.
Linda says, this has given me an idea for a Valentine's card. You are not going to be without ideas when you get this collection. And the brilliant thing as well that you'll find, as we discussed, the dies are going to go through your MIDI machine, which is on the show as well, the brand new Raspberry MIDI. No difference in this, as I mentioned earlier on, to your original MIDI as far as your folder is concerned, as far as your plastic shim is concerned, as far as the power, the precision and the portability is concerned. It is all about the opportunity for you to do that crafting really quickly, on the go, really precisely, not worrying about those plate combinations. It's all folder based. Your shims as well for your embossing folders. You know me, love mine. If you've already got a Gemini MIDI, the original one, you don't necessarily need to jump in and grab it. The only difference with this is the colour. However, I know a lot of people who've bought the Gemini 2, bought the new Raspberry Mini, are like, well, I've got to kind of complete the family and go for the MIDI. That may be your thinking. If you haven't yet got a die cutting machine, or indeed maybe you've got an electronic but you haven't got a manual to go alongside it, I can recommend this one very, very highly indeed. 6x9 is your folder size on this here. You're going to find that the majority of your dies will go through here. Really simple to use, totally portable. You've got your suckers on the bottom there as well, so it's going to stay in place wherever you go. Just makes it really, really easy for you to get crafting with. And listen, If you haven't yet got into the world of die cutting and embossing and you're loving this, you will, of course, need a die cutting and embossing machine. This is a really inexpensive but top quality way to be able to do that. £50.39 is your platinum price on this, $79.19. Also worth bearing in mind, if you're joining us later on for Monday Makers, of course you are, what I mean if, when you join us later on for Monday Makers, one of our Monday mega deals is actually the storage bag for the MIDI with a 30% saving. That is on Shop the Day. Oh, and by the way, if you're heading over to Shop the Day, check out the goodie bag that we've got for you as well. The value on that tonight on Monday Makers, the Monday Mega Deal goodie bag, is insane. Lots to be shopping for, but you can see everything that's coming up just by hitting the Shop the Day, Shop the Show button. Very busy 40 minutes. We are a fifth of the stock gone, whether you're going showstopper, whether you're just going for the layout collection on its own. Do not delay. Any more questions as well, fire them in. I can see a few more coming our way, so we'll tackle those after this short break. But listen, get to the checkout, grab yours, then you can sit back and enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy all of the inspiration that Craig is going to bring to you. And we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal. Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking dough might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place. Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Moseby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
Fame on a roll, fame on a roll, fame on a roll, fame on a roll, fame on a roll. I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the launch of our layout collection. It has been so super popular already. So many of you have jumped in and grabbed this, and it's amazing actually for the fact that a lot of people have gone for the showstopper, but the majority of people just going for the layout collection on its own. A fifth of the stock has gone to the layout collection. A fifth of the stock of the showstopper has gone. I mean, it's absolutely huge. Very rarely do we sort of use this side of the studio to lay out a collection. It is that busy, because if we had this over here on Craig's desk over there, you wouldn't be able to see him. You would not be able to see him. It's that huge. Everything that you're getting in here to become that kind of card maker that you want to become. If you are someone perhaps who's new to crafting or gets in a little bit of a muddle when it comes to kind of laying out your projects, whatever the size might be, this is the product to go for. And I love the fact that Craig's already explained as well. It is all about the sketch that you get with this. So you've got the 30 recipe cards in here. You've got the ability to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, follow it picture by picture by picture, letter by letter by letter, do all of the 30 different projects within here. But then once you've got your crafty mojo going, you've got the adaptability to be able to go bigger on these, go smaller should you wish. You've got the adaptability as well to be able to bring in other elements. And as we've talked about, and a lot of people have already been chatting about in the comments, all of the different collections that you'll be using with this. I think if you're a little bit nervy, I think if you're a little bit kind of new to this, absolutely follow it by letter. Use all of the goodies that you've got within the box when it comes to your papers and your cardstock and your ribbons and your gems. Use all of that, but then once you've got the hang of this, if there's maybe like a particular style that you love to kind of craft with within this collection, you can then start bringing in your own elements. And I just truly think, again, this is going to make you that crafter that you want to become. Also lovely to think as well that you've got this show with Craig, you've got the later show with Craig. We're here tonight on Monday Makers as well, where you're going to be seeing more. You've also got your QR code within the box as well, which will take you to more inspiration. But look at everything that you're going to get here. And it's worth just kind of dwelling on that once again. 11 die sets, so 48 dies in total. You've got 19 stamps in here, 8 by 8. 20 of your 4x6. You've got your 30 recipe cards in here too, so you index everything that you need to get crafting. You've got your binder in there as well, so you can keep all of your goodies together. We even give you magnetic storage panels in there as well. You've got your stamp storage panels. You've got embossing folders in here. As mentioned, you've got all of your printed papers. You've got all of your linen cardstock in there too, and tons of embellishments to work with it as well. 9 meters of ribbon in 3 different sizes, color coordinating perfectly with all of the papers. You've got these beautiful gems in there too. I mean, the concept is amazing, but again, if you're sort of sat there at home going, well, I'm quite confident, with my layout to kind of know what I'm doing, value for money wise for everything that you're going to be getting in here, I'd just be diving in and grabbing it anyway. It's flying whichever way you look at it. Details on the screen. I'm so far away. That is the showstopper. I've got new contact lenses in and everything. I still can't see. Need some binoculars. $75.99 or $95.99 is your platinum price on this. If you just want to go for the collection on its own, that is also available for you as well. Lynn Morton's got in touch to say, will you be showing us what's in that goodie bag later on? I will. We have got that coming up for you later on in Monday Makers. And just to get back over to Craig, so I know he's got more to show you. Mary Beth Dawes asking, how adaptable are the square patterns to 5x7? Because postage keeps me from making square cards.
So adaptable. It's a really, really good question. What I would say as well is don't necessarily think about the size, think about that sketch.
Ah, yes.
So follow that sketch to work in with the size that you want. So the recipe card may say 6x6. All you need to do is just shrink it down.
Yeah.
Use a smaller die, use a smaller tag, use a smaller sentiment if you want to fit the card that you want. Still follow that sketch. So you follow that sketch whether you're doing a 3x3 inch card or if you're doing an 8x8 card, or if you're doing a 12x12 scrapbook page, like we'll be doing later on within launch day, or maybe it's going to be on the box of a lid. So don't worry too much about, of course, the actual, well, as you just said there, it is about that sketch. You're following that sketch to adapt it to, of course, the size that you want. So I think before we dive in, Ben, we're going to grab maybe just about 10 of these recipe cards. We'll quickly go through just to show you the finished example for each of them to show you the concept. Remember, you're going to put all of these in the binder
Yeah.
with, of course, the magnetic sheets like you said, Ben. It's the lever arch. So we're just going to unclick it, lift, and then, of course, we're going to put actually the recipe cards in, and, of course, you're going to pop them in as well. I want to say they already automatically come in binder.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If not, all you're going to do, take them out their packaging and put them in there. You're just going to close it. You're then just going to pull that over, lock it, and then that's it used, how you use your lever arch. But for the sake of the show, ease of course, able to get them. Mines are all laid out here. But very, very quickly, you see number 1 there that we've done there by following the actual step-by-step, the sketch, that is enabling you to make that card. This one here, Ben, that we've got our oval dies as well as that 3D embossing folder. However, and I'm just thinking, we may do this later on within Monday Makers with the confetti border dies. Follow that sketch, but instead of doing that, why not do a panel instead?
Okay.
With the confetti border dies. So you're still following that initial sketch that's there, but you're just substituting the oval for a rectangle.
Okay, so you'd still have like the strips going across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to, but yeah, that is the key component there. So number 3, this is what we're away to do. So this is what it'll look like. I'm going to use our Halloween collection just to show you. You're going to be able to use this for Easter time, Valentine's. You're going to be able to use it for all throughout the year. There's a large 8x8 card.
Nice.
See that layout, that positioning. You've got your ridged edge border dies there. All of these components are, of course, from the layout collection here. Every single one of them, I've got that step by step. And again, the key part is your sketch there. This one's bringing in the stamps. This is bringing in those edge dies as well with, of course, the embellishment dies there. But this one, you could turn that on its side, have, of course, that sentiment or have that stamp the right way up. You know,
Or
of
a completely different
Just
stamp.
turn it around, or a completely different one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or it could be A5.
Yeah.
So either way, whichever way you do it, you follow the sketch, step by steps, but then you put your own creative spin on them. This one will just show you a couple more again here. So this is bringing the folders underneath using the matte and Laird dies that you get as well. The ribbons, everything there you've got within
Same
the
that
collection.
again, you just flip it portrait and stamp it differently and
Exactly.
lovely, isn't it?
So this is what I meant by each recipe card. There is potentially hundreds of ways that you can then create your own layout, because that could go there, that could go there. The ribbon could go that side there. You could go that way if you want to. That could go at an angle. Your main square could be at an angle. Your teacup square, scallop square, that could be at a different angle. There's what, 8 ways already?
Yeah.
So you see the idea. And again, I think that's what it was when it comes to the live on Thursday night. The penny dropped when it was like, so I can use this collection, I can use that collection, I can change that layout. That's the Love Hearts die cut, but then embossed afterwards. So see where we're going within these ones here. One more for now before we crack on here. So not just your larger cards, it's your smaller cards, but that could be on the top of a box if you want to. It could be on an envelope if you want to, or you can extend that, and then that could be one of the Christmas collections if you want to.
Fantastic.
So that is all that. So let's bring in my number 3 here that we're going to do. So I've got the component ready to create it as it says within the recipe card here, but I'm going to mix it up slightly. So this is how it's going to look. So what you're going to do is you're then going to follow that sketch. I totally agree with you, Ben. If you're a beginner or you're unsure, you want to get that confidence, do it exactly as the recipe card says.
Yep.
Exactly as the recipe card says.
What size is that card? It looks diddy.
4x4.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
I really love it.
It's really, really cute. But what I'm away to do is a 5x5.
Okay, yeah.
Just to expand it that little bit more.
Yeah.
So for this one, all that you would do is you would just follow the steps here, Ben. The measurements are all there for you. So we're holding your hand every single way. Our trim of cardstock that it tells us is there. So we're following that all the way along. What I'm going to do is we'll kind of construct this card. I tell you what, Ben, I'm on the pinch.
On the pinch?
Can I borrow your MIDI?
Oh, okay.
Because you borrowed mine and still not giving it back, so therefore, can I borrow yours at your side?
Okay.
And then we can show you how you're going to be able to then, of course, use, yes, your G2. Don't need the box, but thank you very much. You have the box. You have that.
I didn't realise there was a box stuck to it.
Oh, did you not? No, funny that. funny that. You keep the box.
Have you got your folders?
You could always put my MIDI back in that box if you want to.
What MIDI? What? Your MIDI? Have you got folders?
I do indeed. I've got the folder,
Okay.
so I don't need that.
Okay.
So you're okay. Thanks anyway.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
So what you're then going to do is, let's bring that back in here. What we're going to do is we're going to then stamp out that butterfly.
Yeah.
We're going to stamp out the butterfly and then we're going to colour it in and then we're going to be using our square die to cut it out. So square die from the collection, it's cut out. So that's our first step there. Then what we've got, and that's first step of die cutting, let's do the same with our next layer. So our next layer here, we're just going to die cut the scallop square, which is number 4. So we can run that one through. So it's bringing in our folder here. So let's pop that one into place, run that one all the way through here. Great collection to do with the kiddies or the grandkiddies as well. You know, certainly if they've got their own MIDI, you're going to be able to have fun. If they can follow a step by step, it's going to be a great one.
Yeah.
So what we can then do is position that into there, that into there, that into there, and then all that you would then need to do is come along with your sentiment. So I've already stamped out just a note, but what we're going to do, still following along from the recipe card, so I'm not changing anything as such. Let's bring that one through here. So we're going to run it through, because remember, you can always change the look of the die cut, and I'm not doing anything that's not in the recipe card.
No.
So what I mean by that is let's open that one up here, take that out, and then if we take our scissors, bringing in our scissors here, I'm just going to cut it at the edge there to make it that little bit smaller, pop that into the side there, and then there is your card. You're going to position it better, but all that I've done there is followed the steps by layering it up and then going into, of course, our sentiment. So that's what you would do when it comes to, of course, what's in the actual recipe card.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and move on to the Halloween card. So I'm following the exact same recipe card. So let's move that out the way. The only difference this time
You've gone bigger.
is I've gone bigger. So I've only gone 1 inch bigger to 5 by 5, but it could be as big as you want here. So this is where the difference to start with is going to be that base matten layer. So for your 4 by 4, that's the matten layers. You know, most of you at home do it like me as well, and you just go along and do your 1/4 inch mats and layers.
Yeah.
So that's your matten layer there to start with. But then all that we need to do is we're going to come along. So instead of it doing a white strip, we're just going to go in with one of the orange strips there as well that you've got. What we're then going to do is let's bring in a card. Now, just to say, this cardstock is also from the Halloween collection. So I'm not using what's within this layout collection. I'm using what I've already got at home. So that one can go into position there. What we're then going to do is I've taken the pumpkin die, quickly coloured in that one there, and then I'm going to bring in the square die once again here, Ben. Pop that one over, and then we're going to then lay that over the top. We're going to die cut that, and then so we can do all the cutting at the same time, I've gone in with Happy Halloween, gone in with one of the banner dies, and we're going to then tape that one down. We're going to bring in our folder, and I'll bring back in the recipe card in a moment just to show you that everything I'm doing right now, the only difference is the collection. I'm just following that recipe card.
That's it.
So we're going to run it through here. So these are then cut. Let's run all the way through. And these are wafer thin die. So even if you've not got a Gemini machine, still going to go through any of your other die cutting machines. So we can bring that in here, lay that in, position that in, bring that down just side by side so you can see. So we're going to layer up our scallop square with our pumpkin. That's then going to go over the top here. And I'm not going to tape this down. I'm just wanting to show you as many different ways as I possibly can. And then we've got, there it says, just a note. I've gone in with Happy Halloween, still following exactly what the recipe card says. Pop that in. Now we've gone from a 4 by 4 size, which is what's in the recipe cards. But what I've done is I've followed the recipe cards exact. The only difference is I've made step number 1 a bit bigger, but I followed that full concept the whole way around. So Christmas collection, Halloween, Easter, Valentine's, Sarah's Signature, Nature Gardener, Crafter's Companion, all these different collections you're going to be going. But I can then do 7x7, 8x8, 12x12 by following the recipe cards.
And like you say, for the mats and layers, all you've got to get in your mind that you go down by 1/4 of an inch anyway.
Exactly.
But like with that one where you went 4x4 to 5x5, if you need to see it right, you just, rather than the first couple, was it 3.75, it'll be 4.75. So it's really, really easy to kind of think. But as I say, the best thing to do is if you are new to it, just follow them step by step by step by step initially. Do all of your 30 different projects in the different sizes that you've got in the layout and your recipe cards, and then you can start tinkering around with this. That's why I just think it gives you ultimate versatility, and why, again, so many of you are shopping for this. Tscan64 says, good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Working today, but managed to get the layout collection showstopper. I'm super excited. Altje de Vries says, what a big collection. It is big. We've had to open up that side of the studio. It's so big. Kathy Myers says, love this collection. Caroline Hanley says, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. Has Ben still not given that MIDI back? Don't know what you're meaning. What
No,
MIDI?
see, he keeps throwing in the D word.
D.
Daisy.
Oh yeah. Can't take it. Yeah. Especially now. She's got to keep it after what Craig said about her Christmas tree decorating in December.
Oh, so it's now Daisy. It's not Laura now, it's Daisy now.
It was always Daisy. She's only just about got over that. What did Uncle Craig say about my decorating of the tree? How could Uncle Craig be so mean? Don't worry. He said you can keep the MIDI.
He doesn't know it, but...
And Pam Craven is on Facebook.
Hey.
Lovely Pam. This is a funny story. She says, hi Ben and Craig, laugh for the day. I gave in and I bought the Gemini 2. Finally got round to using it yesterday. First pass through it went nowhere. So I added the magnetic shim. Went in and it came back out again. Oh. So baffled. I added magnetic shim and had another go, and there was a loud bang. So I thought I'd broken it. But no, I didn't realise there was another pull-down platform at the back, as it's always hidden in the studio. Whew. She kept the back up.
At the
That's why
back.
it kept coming back out.
I was need to show you that.
Yeah. Well, at least you've discovered it now, Pam, and at least it's working well for you. So marvellous stuff. Thank you for getting in touch. It's lovely to hear from you. Hope you're well. The layout collection is flying. We did have Lynn, who was asking about the sentiment goodie bag. My goodness me, this is a bonkers deal. I'm so glad that we are showing it to you. So it's a Monday mega deal. So it's only around for 24 hours or while stocks last. £16 or $24 is the platinum price on this. Here's what you are basically paying for. So you're going to get this set of stamps and dies, which is the Just to Say collection. Originally launched with those the little like pop-up confetti boxes that we had, but it's a really handy set of stamps and dies to be playing with. And again, no reason why you couldn't use some of these sentiments, some of the elements of this into your layout collection. So you're going to get that. 36 stamps and dies, I should say, and you're also going to get one of our chalkboard stamps, which is the greatest thing you can be is yourself. That, friends, is where you stop paying, okay? Everything else you're about to see, you're getting for free. So, here we go. Shadow Sentiment stamp and die set. You're a true friend. Free. You're getting the hang of this, Johnny. Do more of what makes you happy. One of our chalkboard stamps.
Not free.
No, free.
Oh, it is
That's
free.
free, yeah.
Free?
Yeah, free. Try again, try again. Laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, that's so funny that has not got to be free, is it?
It's free.
Oh, Jesus.
It is free. Come on, you'll get there in a minute. Next up, from the Say It With Flowers collection, you have got one of our beautiful sentiment dies, The Dearest Friend. That's $9.99. So Johnny says it can't be free.
No, it's definitely not free.
It is free, that's free.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Also, from that collection, you're going to get Happy Birthday. Free. Another tenner. Then you're going to get some of our little mini expression dies. So you've got Just For You, free. You've also got this cute little fairy who's called... Oh, it is called Fairy. I thought it was going to have a funny name. You've got the cute little fairy. It's called Fairy. Free. Also for free, you're going to get the Plant Parent, which is Debbie Robinson's favourite with the cheese leaf in there. Also for free, going to use this for producer Johnny very soon. Actually, I'm going to make him a card because he's moving house. You've got New Home, STC, subject to contract. subject to final terms. He got me to sign all of his documents the other day. What a laugh that is. He's like, I need somebody, you know, professional and somebody who's, you know, that knows what he's doing. Yeah. I had to sign it. Charles Moseby, of course, I put the first name. Charles Moseby. Occupation, presentation lead.
You did it, did you?
Apparently.
Did you?
That's what got on it. Yeah. That's what will push it through, you see. When they see that, they'll go, oh, yes.
Declined.
It won't be declined. It'll be straight through. And last but by no means least, that was a bit Brucey, wasn't it? And last but by no means least, my love, you're going to get your best wishes. Look, all of this for free. You ready? Ready? Come on, me, Sam. Come with me. Free, 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 free,
Free, free,
Free.
free, 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 free.
free, free, free. You're just paying for those two. We don't have huge stocks, and it is a time-limited deal, being a Monday mega deal. It's the best of the lot tonight. Grab it whilst you can. There you go, Lynn. We don't have many. Oh, there you go. I tell you. First 50, get it. The rest of you miss out. Get it now. That is an absolute steal. One of those deals, again, where even if you've already got a lot of what's in the bag, it's worth grabbing again because you can work twice as quick. You can give them away as gifts. However you want to do it, it's over to you. But first 50, get it. Rest of you miss out. Suze has been in touch to say she's going to get this collection. Let us know if you've got yours. Let us know whether you went showstopper or whether you went for the collection just on its own. Let us know if you've got any more questions as well that you want to ask Craig, because today is the day to do it. If you're getting this but you're thinking, oh, I need to ask Craig this before I get it home, or I'm a little bit worried about that, ask the questions for goodness sake, and then we can send you home safe in the knowledge that you know exactly what you're doing and you'll be crafting like an absolute pro. This is the showstopper, £75.99, $95.99, where you get the layout collection. I'll show you again the contents of the box if you like, but the showstopper brings you added extras. So you're going to get your 12 by 12 Wild at Heart paper pad. You're also going to get the 25 sheets of linen cardstock from the fabulous Fuchsia collection, and we're throwing in one of those tape pens as well. That is £33, $46 that you're only paying £15 or $20 for. And the other way to look at it basically works out that you're getting the tape pen and your 12 by 12 paper pad for free. But I mean, that's not the reason you're shopping today. The showstopper's great, but the reason you're shopping is because you're getting the layout collection. You want that ultimate craftability. You want to be able to, you know, lay out your cards, lay out your projects like a pro with ease without having to worry thinking, is it going to work? Is it going to look great? It will when you've got this collection, because you've got absolutely everything that you need. And I'll just quickly, because I know we've got so much, so much to share. Loads of comments coming through now going, your name is Charles. Come on, where have you been, peeps? Where have you been? First name Charles, second name Ben, but I've always been, it's not a stage name, I've always been called Ben. Parents just thought it'd be funny, make my life very difficult by calling me by my middle name. Charles Benjamin Joseph Moseby, at your service. What's your name, Sam? It's got, you got four middle names. Go on then, Sam. Go on then, Sam. Sam, Keegan, Francis, Jamie, Benjamin, Kane. And then Maximilian, I can't even say it. I can't say it. What is it? Maximilian.
That's like the AEW wrestler, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Keegan, as in Kevin Keegan. Wow. Your brother's middle name is Dalgleish. Is that true? Is that true story? That is brilliant. How hilarious. Right, so your layout collection, here it is. All of your stamps you're going to get. These are the stamps on the board for you here, but you can see how beautiful they look once you stamp those out. You've got your beautiful acrylic 8x8 stamps, 4x6 in here as well. These are your sentiment stamps. Loads of different sentiments for all sorts of different occasions. You are lovely. Hello. Treat yourself. Sweet friend, sending you love, whatever it might be. You've got wishing you well. You've got happy birthday. Loads in there. And again, you can then sub in, of course, all of your other sentiments and stamps once you kind of get used to this system. But you've got your embossing folders in here too. 3 different sizes of your embossing folder. You've got your 6x4, you've got your 5x5, and then you've also got your 5x7 in here. But what I love about this, again, as Craig's been sort of showing us, is yes, we kind of use these for all of those different card sizes for kind of like your starting points for your projects. But again, you'll be using elements of these, like when you made the little squares on the first project, and just embossing into those as well. So you'll see how these will come into their own, not just making the actual card shape of that size, but using them in different ways as well. Then you've got all of your dies, as we've mentioned. So you've got different size nesting dies, your square frame nesting dies. Come on, a new word there. Squames. You've got your squames. Write that one down.
We'll send that one to Leanne.
Squames. Then you've got your, what would this be? Circle frames. Frames. It doesn't work now. But you've got your ovals in here. You've also got your circle dies, again, in the smaller size, the bigger size there with all of your beautiful detailing. You've got the decorative border dies in there as well, so to create those wonderful decorative edges on here. Nesting tag dies, I think those are super cute. You've got the banner dies in here as well, and all of these again you will be seeing used across the 30 projects you've got within your collection. More nesting frame dies in there as well. You've got little embellishment dies in here, you know, containing your little hearts. You've got stars. This one here is that beautiful decorative frame die set. You've got all of your embellishments in here too, so you've got 100 gems in there of all of those fantastic different colours, which are going to match up perfectly with all of the ribbons that you're going to get in here as well. All that beautiful satin ribbon is included in there. 3 different thicknesses, metre of each, so you've actually got 9 metres included in there. But then don't forget, on top of all of that, you're also going to receive all of your papers, all of your linen cardstock, and then of course the all-important recipe cards. We've made it easy for you as well, because as you would expect, all of the linen cardstock, all of the papers in here just matching up perfectly. So like I've said, you know what, if you are fairly new, if you are lacking in confidence, what you'll do when you get this back is you will craft picture by picture, word by word, sentence by sentence. You will use all of the papers, all of your linen cardstock in here. You will use the dies that it suggests. You'll use the embossing folders that it suggests, the ribbon when it suggests it, because it's been made easy for you. But then what you'll do, once you kind of get your mojo, once you get your confidence, you'll start then subbing in more of your own papers, more of your own cardstock. It's such a brilliant system. And as I said, I think this is going to be a future kind of MVP when it comes to craft. And we'll be mentioning this in the kind of same breath as things like the Academy of Colour, like the template library. These are your recipe cards again, so you're going to be popping these into your binder, which you're going to be getting as well with the lever arch design there, which I love. You've got your panels in there to store all of your stamps and your dies on too. But look, all of this is laid out for you. You've got your index there as well, showing you all of the 30 different projects that you're going to be tackling. But listen, have fun with this. This first one here, so your sweet cupcake, looks an amazing card, doesn't it, right? Looks like it might be fairly difficult to do. It isn't. There's your sketch. That's what you're going to be kind of working off. And then if you want to go letter by letter, picture by picture, it is all done there for you. But then as Craig has already described, you've then got the ability, once you've got your confidence with this, to kind of change it up, change the size of the project, come in and use different elements that you might already have in your craft room. There's so much scope with this. And I think that's why this is certainly a collection that you're going to be going for if you're brand new to card making, if you're sort of fairly new to this and you're wanting to be able to create lots of different types of project and want to be comfortable with your layout. But I also think it's another great reason that if you're a little bit further down the line with your crafting, that you will be jumping in and grabbing this. Because more than anything as well, Craig, great for beginners, but also isn't it fantastic that if you are further down the line, you're more experienced, there will be days where you're a little bit, the crafty mojo goes and your brain's a little bit frazzled. This is a great thing just to take off your craft desk, have a little bit of a thumb through and go, oh, I'm going to make that card.
Yeah, and also, and if I put my hands up as well, sometimes we want to do, and I'm going to say at home, lazy craft. You want to craft, you want to make something, but I don't want to sit there and think about what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How am I going to lay it out? I want to craft, I want to physically do something, just go to the recipe cards. I can do exactly the same. Like this one we're away to do just now, Ben, we're going to follow the recipe card exact. We're just going to change the colours. So, you know, you've got that ability to do that. So if you are wanting to craft something, maybe you're having a tough day, a tough time, you don't want to overly think about layouts. Compositions, that's the word. Thank you very much.
That's like my square frames, isn't it?
Thank you very much. That's exactly what I meant there. Get your keys back in there. You can then, of course, just follow that recipe card, whether you're a beginner or an experienced. So, shall we dive in?
Let's do it.
Let's do it here. So we're going to go, and we're starting here at number 2. So number 2, this is how it looks. And this is what we're going to do, but we're just going to change the colours.
Okay.
So following along onto the back, you've got the step by step. So 2 things I'm changing, colours and the number of strips. And that's it. So that's what it's going to look like if you want to make it exactly as it is on the recipe card. Let's move that out the way. So the only thing I've done to start with, that's following the measurements that are on step number 1, is I've gone in with one of the pattern papers from this collection and I've used my own black cardstock.
Okay.
You guys at home, I know you're going to have black cardstock at home. Or you can just use, of course, the colour card that you get included, which is your linen. So popping that onto a DL card, slimline card, that is now the basis for that back panel that you can see here. Now when it comes to step number 2, it tells you to cut 6 strips of cardstock that are 4.1 by ½ an inch. Now I'm doing that, but the only difference, instead of doing 6 of them, Ben, and doing 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom, I'm just going to slightly mix it and change it, and by doing 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom here. And this one here, this has shown you, and I actually step you through with on the QR code that you get included as well, how you can then start to use your dies with your embossing folders, and then that can be the focal point of your card in your project. So we're just going to go into there, and we will have time. What we'll do with the 4th demonstration, we will have time for a 4th one. The next one I do, Ben, is I'm going to show you how you can take it from, instead of a card blank, onto a box lid.
Okay.
So we're just taking that.
Because again, you've got all of that transferability. If that's the word.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is let's go in with another piece of black cardstock, and we're going to go in with the oval dies. So oval dies, squares, circle, scallops, tags, banners. I don't have to go hunting for all of these within my stash.
No.
Ben, do I have them? Yes, I've got them in some form, in different sizes and different shapes. I don't need to go raking for them. I don't need to go rummaging for them. It's all here for me to follow within each sketch. So the large scallop, we're going to go into the black here. What we're then going to do, for this one, I'm using my Nina cardstock because I'm not going to do colouring, because I want the shows to be focused on the layout in the sketch, not the colouring. But what I will do is I'll bring out one that I've already done, where I've done some colouring. So for this, I'm going to bring in my plates. So let's pop that into there. I'm going to trim that so I can do them both at the same time. So let's run that one through here. So that's our black matte cardstock, and then that is our Nina cardstock. So we're running that one through our MIDI. Now these will all go through the MIDI, and a lot of them, more than half, will go through the mini as well.
Oh yeah,
So that's always good to know too. So there is our main scallop and our circle oval. So if I bring in the finished one that we're going to end up with, you can see that's the way that we're going. So taking that out the way, what we're then doing is bringing that back in. This is now where we start to use our folders. So we start to make that focal point with our folder.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my 4x6 3D embossing folder.
Okay.
Remember, you get a 5x5 2D, you also get a 5x7 2D, and then you also get this 6x4 3D. Now, I am going to do it into the white, but the reason I'm putting the black behind is just so that you can see that floral bouquet there, and you've got it in all these different levels that you've got there. So now that I know that's where it is, what I'm then going to do is bring in my white cardstock, my white Nina cardstock. Just going to position that one into place. Once I've got it where I want it, what I'm going to do is I'm then just going to then bring in my MIDI. Now remember, when it comes to the MIDI, you don't need anything. You don't need any additional plates. You don't need them, but I still like to add in my metal shim from my junior. So we're just going to run that one through here. So we're going to run that one through, doesn't bend, doesn't affect, doesn't damage either your MIDI or your metal shim, just enhances it that little bit more.
Why do you use your metal shim there, not the shim from the box?
So the shim from the box is too thick.
Right.
Because this is a 3D embossing folder, so that's too thick, so it won't go through, and even if it did, you would potentially break. So you don't want to do that. I just wanted a light shim. So you could either do cardstock or that metal shim is a nice little extra thickness.
Look at that.
So we've got there now our emboss. So instead of doing it on 4x6 card, we've now used that oval. But Ben, I could do it on any of them. I could do it with my circle. I could do it with the tags.
Yeah.
I could even just, pinpoint a tiny little section and bring in one of the smaller circles if I want to.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing that I talk you through on the 2-hour tutorial that are on that QR code inside the box.
Yep.
Now, I would come along and colour it, and I'll show you the one that I've already done, but you're just going to go in, you're going to colour it, and you're just going to use the embossed detail as a line to follow. And once that's into place and you've coloured it, I've done it with my Classique pens, and I've just gone round with one of our grey water reactive ink pads. That is now our topper. So we can bring that in. This one I'm going to pop onto foam pads here. So we can pop these into place, add these into position, and then we can come along, finish off with our sentiment. So we're taking that into place here. Now at each point, I'm following along when it comes to my recipe card. So we've done these steps here. I'm now going into this point, but this is where you could change it. So you might want to go central. You might want to go down. You might want to go up. You might want to make sure there's no foam pad at the top there, but you might want to go to the side. You'd need a bigger envelope, but that's doable. You might want to go into the centre. You might want to do, if you're a little bit more experienced, a score line, turn it into an easel.
Okay.
So you see, you can just keep going and going and going. We're keeping it simple to start with. So we're going to go in, pressing it into place. Now we need to do our sentiment. So let's bring in our cardstock. So I'm going to use just another piece of our Nina for this. You could do your white multi-purpose if you want to, but I'm just doing my Nina because it's going to work in flow with the card that I've used there. So this one I'm going to use, Wishing You Well. So if I bring in the finished example, which I've got here, You Are Loved, but I'm going to change that ever so slightly to Wishing You Well. So we're just going to have a look, there it is there, and then we're going to pop that into place. So even although I've changed the sentiment, I've changed the colour, and I've only added 4 of your strips, I'm still following that sketch in the steps. Every step of the way. So we're going to ink, and we're going to then sit that into position. We're going to come along with our dies. So I need to go in with the smaller one here for Wishing You Well. I'm then going to come along with my bit of black cardstock. I had a bit of black, here we go. Bit of black, and that one we're going to tape into place there. We're going to line that one up. So this sort of one, if the kiddies are doing, these little sentiments and that will go through your mini. Take that in, move that out of the way, bring our MIDI back in, bring our folder in. So as we start to then run these ones through into position, run it through, you could then start to batch make if you wanted to. You can do that with just my metal shim. You could do your batch making if you want to. You can start to do little craft bags as well. So for when the kiddies come round, or you've got everything already done for them. But it's what this is like. And I spoke to Leanne last week. This is card making Academy of Colour. This is now going from Academy of Colour, all about colouring, and then this is now the card making version. But you can do the Academy with Colour. So the stamps that are here, use the stamps for the Academy of Colour, what you've learnt from Leanne, and then bring in, of course, all the sketches and the recipe cards for you to follow along with.
It's like I said earlier on, you think about the amount of people who did the Academy of Colour and who've now said that that's changed their crafty life and it's the best thing they've ever done. This in the future, this in 3, 4, 5, 6 months' time, people will be chatting about this, I think, in the same sort of vein of the Academy of Colour, saying, you know what, it's changed the way that I do my projects now. I lay out my cards, make my, you know, my decorations for my boxes.
Yeah.
And, again, as you suggested then, making beautiful panels for your gift bags as well.
Exactly.
Such a great idea.
Home decor and everything, you know, make a square card, put it into a box frame. I know, you know, in the UK, we've got Mother's Day within March. I know you guys stateside are just about, I think you're about May time.
Yeah.
But all these different occasions, thinking about the way that you're going to be able to lay them out. Instead of a card, it could be a little gift bag or a gift box. You're following the steps.
And the more you do this, right, the more you kind of go through the 30 projects and then start resizing your cards and do all these different things.
Exactly.
You'll just build up the confidence within yourself. And I guess kind of like as you, I don't know, learn to drive a car, for example, when you first start doing, you're thinking about every gear change, every kind of maneuver that you're doing. But then the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. And that's what will happen with something like this, I guess, won't it?
It will be. It will be. And then you might start changing components of the layout without you even thinking about it, as you said there. And that's the great thing. It's good to see. It's going to be good to see where you start and then within weeks and months where you start to then end up. But for these ones, I've just cut 2 of the banners, cut it off at the top there, so I've just got the tails. That then can go into place there. And then that one there, I've added the tails in. That's what's in your recipe card there that we can see here, with the sketch, by following that sketch. But that's what I've done just by changing the colours, but I followed the steps every single way. And then there we go.
Absolutely. Just brilliant. And the other thing as well, like we say with the Academy of Colour, when you're making your cards with this system, keep them all. You know, I mean, obviously if you're sending them, that's absolutely fine. But you know, if you're making them to sort of practice with, keep them. And then, like Craig said, you know, you can then look what your first card was like, and then 29 cards down the road when you're onto your 30th one, you can see where you've kind of gone with your journey. Like, you know, with the Academy of Colour, you're keeping all of your images that you're colouring in your folder, and you're kind of seeing that journey. I truly believe, like so many of you are going to absolutely love crafting with this, and everybody is going for it today. So as far as the showstopper's concerned, stock-wise, we are now over a quarter of the stock gone. You heard the intake of breath over there. We don't officially launch this for 2.5 hours, and it's already a quarter gone. The showstopper, don't forget, is the layout collection. Just to remind you, the added kind of bonuses that you're going to get here are these 3 items. So you're going to get a tape pen, one of our original glue tape pens, so 22 metres, 72 feet of your stick. You've also got your fabulous fuchsia collection, so 25 sheets of our beautiful linen card in all of those fuchsia colours. And then you've also got your Wild at Heart 12 by 12 a paper pad as well. That is 37 sheets, of course, you're getting in there, because the back sheet that you've got is all of the beautiful sentiments that you can snip out. The way that this works out, all right, so the showstopper, if you were to buy all of these added extras individually, it would be £33 or $46. It's £15 extra or $20 within the bundle. And the other way I've sort of calculated this is it's basically you get the tape pen and your 12 by 12 pad for free when you go for the showstopper. A lot of people going down that line at £75.99 or $95.99. If you are thinking of doing the showstopper, you do need to be fairly swift on that, because we haven't got huge amounts of stock. We do have a bigger stock of the actual layout collection on its own, and this is where it gets a little bit kind of fuzzy in my mind, because you think about how much we've got, to be telling you again an hour, 2.5 hours before we launch it, that a quarter of the stock of the layout collection has already gone. You can understand how many people are shopping with us, how many people this kind of idea has resonated with. Get yours whilst you can. I would suggest you grab it now. Because you know you've got more inspiration coming up the other side of a short break in just a second. And of course, the official launch this afternoon. I appreciate it's early, especially if you're Pacific. What time are you there? 4:30, 7:30 Eastern. So we appreciate the fact that you're with us. It's only going to get busier as more and more people wake up. You know, you were very diligent this morning, setting your alarms, getting up, getting the deal. You may as well do it now, because come launch, it's going to be carnage. I can see it now. It's going to be absolute chaos. So get whatever it is that you want now, whether it's a showstopper or just the layout collection on its own. Then you can come back this afternoon and enjoy all that Craig is going to show you. Get involved with us, get interactive with us, and ask those questions. If it's just the layout collection that you want, £63.99 or $79.99. More questions and comments coming through. We'll tackle those in just a few moments' time, but now you need to get to the checkouts quick as you can. We'll come back in about 4 minutes' time.
when it started about 20 years ago, probably a bit longer because I've always been quite crafty, but I got into scrapbooking. When my youngest daughter was born, I decided to do scrapbooking. I got all this amazing crafty stuff that I put into all these pages. Really, I started getting into card making probably about 15 years ago, and then that was it. I have so many people that inspire me, and I have to say, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a crafter's companion, but Sarah Davies was one of the first people that I got to meet in the craft industry. My mum got me into crafting, so that's my main inspiration. So you can imagine how excited I get when I get to meet Sarah Davies. I mean, when I then got on this design team, when I got to work with Sarah closely, everything from then on was amazing. But my mum is definitely, or was, the most inspirational person in my life through my crafting. Gossip, I can't give you any gossip. I mean, that's between us. Do you know what? We were just literally in the green room. Everyone, it's just been done out, and John's been in there, and it's become this place where everyone just comes in, and it's just this gossip fest, and it's amazing because we're all such good friends, genuinely, and I know you all know that. But we have the most amazing time between us all. Me and Craig bounce off each other because we're very similar in our crafty ways. But also me and Debbie, we're full of giggles, and me and Jan and Corinne and Michelle, everybody that I work with is amazing. On the set and off the set, it's just incredible to work at Crafts Companion. Non-craft facts. Well, I have to say, I'm a bit of a singer and a dancer. I'm not good at either. When I was little, I did win a disco dancing competition for the school, and I come second to a Michael Jackson tribute, which I was quite gutted about because I thought I might have won that. So I used to do a bit of disco dancing, and I love dancing. I used to be part of an adult dance group, and it's something I'd like to take lessons.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
It is busy, busy, busy. Thank you, everybody. Loads more of you just telling me that you've ordered. Debbie Blanchard says, loving the demos, reminding me why I bought this. Suzette Suze has just placed her order. Stephen says, I'll be attaching this when it arrives with my template library. Nice. Anne says, I think a lot of the stamps from the various advent calendars will be great with these layouts. See, you guys are already thinking of ways that you're going to be expanding. And that's the thing, again, isn't it? The fact that, like I say, if you're fairly new, if you're just getting started, perfect. But if you are a little bit further down that road, down that journey, you'll be seeing this as a basis to kind of change things up just a little bit, add things, take things out, change the sort of size of the actual project itself. But it's all about, as Craig's kind of hammering home, that sketch, that layout that you can manipulate and change depending on the size of your project, whether it be for a card, whether it be for a box, you know, a beautiful front for a bag. That's the whole point here. I know Lynn is wanting to see more of the recipes. Probably best to show those in finished samples that you've got there, isn't it, really?
Absolutely, yeah, let's do that. So before we do the last demo, let's have a look at these ones. So I'll not go through the recipe cards, I'll go through the finished examples. Now, the finished examples I've got are the ones that were photographed for our recipe cards.
Yeah.
So every one is what you're going to be doing, and also I have them in order as well. So we're going to be able to do that. So let's move them out the way. So every single finished example I'm away to show you is exact ones that are in the recipe cards here. So we can see that we've got all these different layouts here. We've got all the different compositions here, whether it's your smaller cards, whether it's your larger cards. You might want to follow along but change the ink or change the size of the die, or change the stamp, or change the actual paper or cardstock. It's all about following along with that sketch. So we can see you've got that one there with the
Really
stamp.
love that die with the wavy edge.
Just the
It's so
wiggles
cool. Yeah.
down the side. You've got the 3 of them.
Really cool.
Remember, so you get 11 die sets,
Yeah.
and it's 48 dies in total that you're getting there. So within that one there, it's number 6. So again, these are all in the order that you'll find within the recipe cards, but it's just about changing them, you know, landscape, portrait, you know, ribbon at that side, image at that side. Do it exact, but then maybe do the birds in the birdhouse instead of
Yeah.
the teacups if you want to. Number 7 you've got there, using the folders, your strips, banner dies with the sentiment stamps as well there that you've got. Number 8 there with your die. So that's just showing you how you can then create that curvature and emboss. And I'm bad for this as well, but bad's not the word, but I get complacent with always embossing my cardstock the same size as the folder. But you don't need to.
No.
Die cut different sizes like I'd done in that last demo. That one there is the love hearts that you've got there. So it's the largest love heart. Die cut them out, then emboss them. And then you've got number 9 there that you can see by using all these triangles and creating that star effect. Then you've got number 10 there with the gorgeous looking birthday cake or celebration cake. But these bunting, that bunting could be on the right hand side. That half circle could be down on the bottom left.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to turn the cake the right way up, but you're following that sketch each way. Number 11. You've then got number 12. I've not even touched upon, and I'm saying this now because I'm away to do it in the next demonstration, what about embossing with your embossing powders? You're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Water-based colouring, alcohol-based colouring, you know, sanding back. Here's one here, this is number 14, doing the ink resist technique. You don't have to do that. It could be black or flagstone colour that you stamp with, but you're following the sketch. So you can see with each of these ones here, it's number 16, number 17, number 18, and we're going to go through so many more throughout launch day as well. And we will be having a look at so many more when it comes to Monday Makers as well. Monday Makers, I'll start to bring in some of our other Crafters Companion dies and show you how you can use all of those into place as well. Starting to go in number 23. You've then got number 24. That's what we're away to do next, but we're going to do it into a box. You can see number 25 there, 26. But all of these, you could do letterpress technique. You can blend back. You can then do sanding back if you want to.
Yeah.
Imagine if you do that whole card, but Dancing Dragonflies collection.
Yeah.
You can do that. Then you've got that one there, and then that's 29, and then number 30 as well. Do that, all reds, great for Valentine's. That could be, take away that card blank, just do that composition there. That could be a tag for a gift if you want to as well. So you see what I mean? It's following along, step by step, with that sketch, the way it is, or change it if you want to, and put your own take on it.
Absolutely. It's all there for you. Hopefully that's helped Lynn, who was just sort of saying, you know, have a look at the recipes within that set. Betty just says, I use my MIDI almost every day. Great as well, isn't it? That, you know, if you have only got your MIDI, that you're going to find the dies are going to go through there. Lots of the dies also just going through your mini as well. And hi to Helen, who says, hello everyone. Helen Stewart, very late to the party today. Been busy. Craig, I love your jacket, says Helen.
Oh, thank you.
It's not new, is it?
No, it's not new, but it's only the second time that I've ever worn it, because this is my very special 80s inspired Vince McMahon bright blue, baby blue dress jacket.
I thought it was more Miami Vice that you were going for.
Well, that's maybe what you thought of, but no, for me, it's definitely the legend that is Vince McMahon of professional wrestling. That's what he used to wear. I just need a microphone. Need a microphone.
Yeah.
Could be commentating.
A nice T-shirt you've got underneath there as well. The T-shirt kind of jacket look going on there. Very trendy.
Thank you.
Very trendy. Very Orange Cassidy. Are you crafting like this next? If you don't watch AEW wrestling, you have no idea what we're talking about. He wrestles with his hands in his pockets, basically. That's what he does. Should love to see Craig do a demo like that. Oops. Swing your pants like that. What was that? Trevor Simon. Remember that? Swing your pants, everybody. Anyway, you didn't come here to see me swing my pants. No. You came here, or maybe you did. You came
Wrong
here.
channel, wrong channel.
You came here for more inspiration. By the way, I am keeping my hands just in my pockets as well. Craig will vouch for this. It is absolutely freezing in here today. How are you crafting without gloves on? I will never know.
I have to say though, I did bring my own heater in from home as well.
Ah.
Ben's got the heater from, Liam's brought the heater in from next door as well. It is.
It's not really pumping out much heat, I've got to be honest with you. I might just stand like this for the rest of the show.
It's the excitement and the adrenaline of this launch day that I'm just absolutely buzzing and I'm absolutely roasting.
Right, well, I need to
Right.
stand a bit closer to that whilst you continue on. We've got about 20 minutes left.
Rightio.
One more project, do you reckon?
Right, yes, got one more here. So this one is number 24, Ben. So if you follow along with the sketch, fabulous friend, using all the components that you get included here, what you're going to be able to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, either pictures written or maybe you go with both. And then what you've got here is then you've got your additional layers here. So that's what you can do. So we're going to kind of do that. But what I'm going to do at the moment, instead of going in with a 4x4 card blank, what I've started to do is start to create a box. So I've got my white multi-purpose, 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches, and I've scored it 1 inch all the way around. That's going to give me a 4.5 inch platform that we can see here. So let's just go in and cut our actual tags here. So let's cut these ones out. And then we'll start to build on top of this box lid before we come along and we construct it.
Yep.
So taking that, moving that. Now at this point, Ben, I'm doing exactly what's in the recipe card. So I've got my pattern paper and I've also got my black card that I've taken from my own stash here.
Yeah.
And the measurements are there. Every measurement is there for you to then follow. So that's going to go into place here. The only difference, instead of that going onto a 4x4 card blank, it's going to go into my box lid here.
Yeah.
So let's take our layers with our tape and we're going to pop that into position here, like so. Press that in. Then we've gone in with one of the square dies here, and it tells you here, but we've just gone in with one of the square dies and I've die cut that out in our white multi-purpose. Now for the sake of this, I'm going to do this into black cardstock and I'm using this little diddy flower here. Within the actual recipe card, it steps you through about doing heat embossing. So you can go around, do your heat embossing, and then you can colour inside with your water-based medium. If you're doing that, then do and use your watercolour cardstock.
Yeah.
But what we can do is we're just going to work our way around and we're going to create just a random frame all the way around. So we're just going to ink up and then we're just going to continue to work all the way around, creating that framework. Don't worry about the centre because that's going to be covered, but we're going to go in, work our way. I'm only going to do 3 sections, or I'll do 2 sections here and bring in the one that I've already done. So let's stamp that one up. Actually, we're okay for time, so let's just continue all the way around. So we're going to ink noir black, alcohol proof if you're going to do your alcohol colouring. But we're just going to then ink up. But within the recipe card, it shows you and tells you that it's been done with embossing powder.
Yeah.
So therefore, what you would do is if you go with your recipe card, you're going to take your translucent clear ink pad. So if I bring it in, you're going to do exactly what I've done a moment ago, but with our translucent clear. And then you're going to go in with your clear embossing powder. Then what you can do is you can come along and just colour inside the lines there with your water base, or if you want to do alcohol, you can do, but I always think your heat embossing works really well with anything that's water based. Now, that's what it looks like now. I've done it in black, but what I have done beforehand is I've just gone in, and that's just like a teal embossing powder. I'm not going to colour it, because again, the point of this isn't really to show you how to do colouring. I want to do the layouts and the construction. So all that I've done at that point is followed along. So what I've done there with the black card, or the black ink, that's what I've done there with my embossing powder. So that's layer number 2. We're then going to go into position number 3, which is popping it onto the front. So colour it, should you choose to do that. We can then bring that in, and then that's going to go into place just here. So press that in. What we're then doing is we're going to come in with, in the recipe card, it says your black cardstock.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It says green. I've used black. And it says get your 2-inch square. So if we bring in our 2-inch square here, so I'm just going to take that one, so it's that one there. So get our 2-inch square, and all that you're going to do is you're just going to run that one through. So taking our low tack tape.
The other thing I think about this collection, I know it shows you how to lay your card out, but isn't it great? Again, you've got all of your matching papers and ribbon and cardstock and embellishment. So again, you're not having to think straight off the bat what matches with what. It's all been done for you.
It's all done for you, exactly. And that's why I was saying there that, yes, the value really, really is exceptional. But
Yeah.
if you're looking at it and you think, well, Craig, I've got dies, you know, similar to that. Yeah, I do too, and most crafters will do. The point and the purpose of this collection is to have all of the components that
Yeah.
you need to then create your cards within the recipe cards exactly as they are, or you put your own kind of layout stance on them.
It's a
Point
one-box
being,
wonder.
it's there for you. You're not having to go raking for the heart, the star, the circle, the tag.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to go raking and hunting for that 2-inch square. That 2-inch square, you know that 2-inch square is there, that you
Yeah.
just need to take away off the packaging, or of course, you're going to then pop them into your binder. It's quicker for me not to do that while we're live, so I can just go straight to them, but that's what you can be doing at home. So what we're then doing is we've done our 2 squares there that we're then going to bring in, and then we're going to position into place. But this bit, if I bring in this base layer here, so I've gone in and I've added in my embossed layer, which is there. I'm then going to go into position 4. Now when it comes to position 4, instead of using the green, I'm going to use the black instead. So we can see same steps, but I've just gone in with the black. This one, let's add on foam pads here. And it doesn't always say foam pads or tape runners, that's up to you. That's up to you to decide. Do you want to go high with foam pads or glue gel, or do you, of course, want to come along and then just do things such as your tape runner, is keeping it flat. So now I've gone in with that square, what we can do is go back in with our sentiment. So let's go in with Sweet Friend, which is there. So we can pop that in. So maybe you make little sweets or little chocolates.
Yeah.
This is a good one to then pop them into and then give them to your friend. We're going to ink up. So we're going to ink that one up.
Rachel's just messaged saying, how is it 12:46? I
know,
know,
eh?
how is it that time? This show has absolutely flown over. The showstopper, by the way, talking of flying over, we are almost at 30% of the showstopper gone. These are big numbers I'm shouting at you here. These are sort of birthday event numbers. Do you know what I mean? You don't
Yeah, you're
expect to
right.
be in like a preview show going, oh yeah, 30% of the showstopper's gone. That's where we are. More people will be shopping in the break. More people will be shopping at the start of the next show. It is very, very popular, safe to say. Stephen's just saying, do you add glue to your foam pads?
Only if it's on a uneven surface,
Okay.
such as Shedless Glitter Card, something like that. If it's on a matte surface, like most of these are, no, I don't do that. If it's onto an uneven surface, if it's on a bit of texture, or if it's on a bit of glitter cardstock, then yes, I do that. So there is that one. So the only difference with there, I just got it the other way around. So I put my pattern paper square first, which is the green layer, and then I've done my black and my white, which is within position number 5 that you can see there. And then to finish off, all that we need to do is we just need to come along and take our little leaf that I've already die cut. And I'm going to pop my tape onto the back here. So let's add that on, take that off. That can then just pop underneath there. So at this point, I followed exactly the same steps and the exact same layout. The only difference is it's now going on to a 4.5 by 4.5 box lid instead of a 4 by 4 card blank. I've changed it to black as well, which of course you can do that. So all we do then is let's take our panels or our tabs here, using our tape runner. I've already done the base as well. So we can then add that in. to place there. Add that on. And this could be any cardstock as well. So if you want to colour coordinate it, then you can do, of course. Tie it all together. You've got your pattern paper, your linen cardstock, so maybe you want to mat and layer the side panels. But there's our base. We're then going to come along and then we're going to then pop these tabs in all the way round into position. And then once I've done the last one, we're going to pop that over the top there. And then there's our box that we've made, following exactly the same steps as number 24. So there's our finished example, there's the steps. So that's how it would look if you follow it exact. That's how it looks if you put it onto a box instead of a card, but just two minutes more, 2 minutes more. What about following the sketch? Now, you're ignoring the measurements, you're ignoring the stamps, you're ignoring it all. What you're following, Ben, is the sketch. So taking that sketch there, and what I've done is a 7x7 card blank, and I've gone in with our Bethlehem collection. So I'm using my own measurements, following the sketch, but following my own measurements here. Remember what I said about the background, use your own stamps. So
cool.
where I've done that background there, or let's bring that one in there, this layer I've cut myself to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 and then stamped that into position there. Then the green layer, what I've done is I've gone in with our Shedless glitter card, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. That can go there. And then I've taken the Joy to the World, die cut them at my own measurements, and that's going to go into there. But what I have done for that card, Ben, is I followed the sketch every single way. So whether you follow the measurements, whether you follow the actual stamps and the dies that have been used, or whether you just follow that sketch and then do your own measurements, do your own layout, you can do that, of course, many different ways, but it just goes to show how you can then go from 4x4 to 4.5 by 4.5 box to 7x7 card. That's Christmas, different themed, with your own measurements as well.
What a show. It is absolutely flown over, hasn't it? And you guys have been decimating the stock left, right and centre here. Jean Cherry says, absolutely amazing. I've been looking for different nesting dies. These are amazing. I bought 2 of the layout collection, 1 for myself, 1 for my daughter. I cannot wait until it's delivered. Helen's with us, buying the layout collection. There he is. Was playing catch up, says Lynn. I've just seen the recipes. Thank you, Ben and Craig. Shaz was just wondering what size stamping platform you were stamping with a minute ago.
So that one there, it was our 6x6. No, it wasn't. It was our 4x4. But you could use your 6x6. You can use your rocker blocks if you want to as well. You can use your large one. The size of it is kind of irrelevant, but all those sizes, they'll all go at least on the 4x4.
I'll leave Craig to step you through everything as far as what you get in the layout collection is concerned, but just to answer Helen's question, can you go over what's included in the showstopper? So you get the layout collection, which we'll go with Craig in just a second. The showstopper also brings you your Wild at Heart 12x12. It brings you your fabulous fuchsia linen cardstock, and it brings you one of our tape pens as well. Basically, it works out that you get in the tape pen and the 12x12 for free when you go for the showstopper. We'll flash up all the deals and details for you, bottom of the screen there. But whichever way you want to go, the showstopper you're going to have to be quicker on because we've got smaller quantities of that. Having said that, though, a quarter of the stock of the actual layout collection's flown out the door. Can you? I mean, I can believe it. I can't believe it.
I can and I can't. I thought maybe if we were saying that by the end of launch day.
Yeah, because it was a big amount, right?
Oh, it's a big amount. It's a big amount. We knew that. One of the questions we get asked quite a lot, or one of the things that we get said to quite a lot is, wish I could make cards like you at home. Now, it's easy for us to say, of course, you can do, but we totally understand that maybe sometimes you struggle, you're not quite sure the layout, the positioning, you know, what goes where. Well, what we've got here is we've got 30 recipe cards. Now, you've got an abundance of tools and products here, but the key point, the key element is the recipe cards.
Yeah.
So within the recipe cards here, you've got 30 of them. So you've got 30 different design layouts that you can follow. You've got the finished example there for you to follow along with as well. You've got 6 written instructions, 6 picture instructions as well. So you can then follow along with everything you've got there. But then what you can start to do is bring in all your other collections, Sarah's Signature, Nature Garden, Crafter's Companion collections, other brands that you've got at home that you never know how to lay out your card or your project. Follow along with our sketch. The sketch is the key word when it comes to this collection here. But then what you can then start to do is follow along with the recipe cards. Maybe you just want to extend it. So maybe the recipe card says 4x4. You can then just add your own measurement. Step number 1, increase number 1, then follow along with the other 5 steps. You're making it bigger. It could be a card blank into a box lid, like I've shown there a moment ago. It could be an envelope, the envelope maker that you're going to be using. And then you want to decorate, of course, the envelope. You can do that as well. So you've got everything there. You've got the stamps there, but it's about it's about ease of ableness to then follow along with what we do here when it comes to.
It's easier to do than it is to say.
It really, really is. Yeah, I'll stick to that side and do the demo in here. But you've got everything: the cardstock, you've got the paper, you've got 48 dies in total. When it comes to the stamps, you've got your 19 stamps when it comes to the 12x12 sheet. You've then got 20 with the sentiments as well. You've got your actual embossing folders as well. You've got your embellishments. You've got your ribbons. You've got everything there. You've got a QR code on the back. Zap that as well when it comes to the camera. You don't need an app, just the camera. That'll take you to a 2-hour class that I done, showed you many different ways, configurations, because it's about as well using the nesting dies with the folders, transitioning them onto that layout as well. Each recipe card, there must be hundreds of ways that you can then just change and tweak that look just by turning one little square bin, by taking out one strip. So instead of having 3 strips, just do 2 strips. There's another way as well. It goes on and on and on. And every single time we bring out a collection, whether it's dies, whether it's cards, whether, of course, it's folders, you're going to be able to start using this whole lot, this whole collection together.
Yeah, it's been a great show. Melanie D says, awesome show. Thank you, Craig, for all of the ideas and the inspiration. And Amelia says, funny, I know it's the layer collection. It's actually the layout collection, but I take your point. The layer collection, but I hear it as the Laird collection. Craig is the matte and layer king. Maybe we should have called it the Laird collection.
Yeah, if we've got a permanent pen, we can just
write it.
Better not,
You'd get in trouble, wouldn't you, if you did that?
Sarah and Leanne aren't in the building, are they?
That's a good point. And actually, when we had the Pro Sketch Pack, Debbie put her name over the
Yes,
front
she
of
did.
it. You maybe just get a sticky label and stick it over the front.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
We're not going to demo the show as such, have we? Because it's all been like techniques. But what can we expect in the launch show? More of the same? Are you happy if people want to see particular things? Are you happy to do requests?
Absolutely, yeah. I've got loads lined up, loads planned. Some that we're going to do. We'll probably start off launch day showing you the concept of that layout. But what I'll start to do is bring in other collections. I'm going to show you how you can take a layout card, a layout project that's maybe 6x6, and I'm going to show you how you can do it onto a scrapbook page as well, because you're going to be able to use the layout for all different sizes as well. You know, we're going to do concepts, we're going to do construction, we're going to do so much more, but every single demo that we do, just like within Wake Up Call, is following the sketch cards.
Tell your friends as well if you think that, you know...
I don't have any.
I'll be your friend.
Ah, you got a friend
in me. You got a friend. Anyway, tell your friends, particularly if you've got someone perhaps who's on sort of the fringe of crafting, thinking about getting into it. This is brilliant. It's a great time to start crafting. You think about all of the things that we've got out there for you now. Like you said, the Academy of Colour, the layout collection, the template library, all of these different things which are going to...
You know that first one that I done with the 3 squares that I used the butterfly embossing folder? Mesmerising glitter paste and stencils. Oof. 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 Oof.
I can't remember what I was saying now, but it was good, wasn't it? Wasn't it good? What was I saying? Anyway, the January sale is also continuing on the website, so do make sure that you check that out, up to 75% off. We had 500 items when we launched that at the back end of last week. I don't think we will have now, but do have a good look through. There'll still be some fantastic deals for you to be able to pick up in that sale. But more importantly than that, Get this checked out. Don't miss out. Grab it now in the break. We are going to be back in 2 hours' time. E's got more inspiration for you, more ideas, and also get those questions in. Anything that you need to know before you commit to buying this, ask the questions, and we'll do it all in the official launch in 2 hours' time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being amazing.
Thank you.
And we will see you in 2 hours' time. Until then,
toodles!